Welcome guys, this is Ola from Stop Me O channel and I'm back with another Life is Strange theory video. This time it's not really as much as a theory as more of a random thought that I had the other day. I was talking to my friend Lorenzo again and we talked about Elliot a bit, and it made me realize that I may not have given him enough credit, if you know what I mean, like not in a good way. Basically, the thing is, I thought that he wouldn't be as much as a threat. I thought that he would be more like Warren of Life is Strange Before the Storm. The same way Warren was just like a random background character. But that's because probably I didn't explore as much in episode 2 when I was doing a playthrough. So I played it again the other day and I realized that Elliot is the serious threat here, and I think he might be the very bad guy of Life is Strange Before the Storm. Obviously, we have to start with what Samuel said about Elliott Hampton. That's what Samuel said.
So, what about Elliott Hampton? Have you seen him recently?
I only see what Elliot wants me to see.
Okay.
Usually I can see both what people want me to see and what they want to keep hidden.
Right, so that's what Samuel said, and that's pretty deep. Like, if Elliot is hiding something, like a whole other face, then what is it? Obviously, when we were sneaking around his room, we found a bunch of stuff. Like, basically what we found was definitely those creepy poems that he wrote about. Well, there were some people claiming that it might be about Rachel, but it's definitely about Chloe. Like, you know, the one "You Are About to Die" poem. I mean, everyone wants to have someone this in love with them or this excited about them to write poems about them. I mean, obviously some of us do, but you know, not really this type of poems. You are about to die. How childish she is, how lovely and how cruel. Her black knife spilling words and dripping ink. This one might be about Rachel, I'm not sure. Like, you are about to die. The thing is, if this is about Rachel, then this doesn't look well for Rachel in episode 3. I am a bit worried about what's going to happen. When you look at Elliot's browser history and there's how to tie a tie video, okay, Elliott Hampton, Arcadia Bay, Chloe Elizabeth Price, Arcadia Bay, Chloe Elizabeth Price, Chloe Price. Right, so that's, yeah, well, he was Googling Chloe, he was Googling himself. So we all do that, right? We Google people, we Google ourselves, we Google our crushes and all that. But it's not exactly a sign of being a psychopath yet. Combined with what Samuel said, combined with this poem, and combined with what Chloe wrote about him in her letters to Max, this doesn't look well. Like, this is what she wrote about him. Similar to my class schedule, Elliot and I have a history, but no chemistry or drama. We hooked up a few times shortly after Dad died, but there wasn't really much into it. I don't always get where Elliot's coming from. He's constantly asking to do stuff with me, which is nice, but I'm not sure we have that much in common anymore. Sometimes when we talk, it seems almost like he's studying me. The thing is, he has this creepy person sort of face, and it does look like he's a bit weird and gathering information, and my theory and my thought is that he's very jealous of Rachel. Because he had some sort of history with Chloe. Now Chloe is no longer interested in him. So he's very jealous. And he noticed, like, remember when he was asking about, also you spend the night with Rachel, you know, the firework concert. He's a jealous type of person. He's crazy about Chloe and he doesn't want her to hang out with anyone else. Try to imagine that you're a person that's crazy jealous over someone, right? And you want to be with that person, you want to hang out with them, but you don't get any hints that they don't want to hang out with you. So you get, you know, obsessive and you collect things, you write these crazy poems, you study their schedule, you study their social media, you Google them. So this comes back to episode 3. I think in episode 3, Elliot will do something which will threaten Chloe and Rachel's relationship. And obviously they are sort of limited to what can be done, because they have to stick to sort of a main storyline of Life is Strange and what we already know about Life is Strange. So, if we don't know anything specific or hardcore that happened in in Chloe and Rachel's past, well, this either means that it wasn't as big or that it was hidden. Well, we don't know all about their history like we are finding out right now. But the thing is, I think that, so if something happens in episode 3, it cannot be really that big, or it has to be very smart about how it influenced the events. Like, what will you do, Elliot? And it has to be something that you have already done in Life is Strange, that it's something that happened during Life is Strange timeline. So something that Chloe would be aware of, or not. This is where it gets tricky. This is something that I am worried about. I read various theories about Elliot. A lot of people suspect that Elliot is the very bad guy in Before the Storm. Like, it's not Damon, it's not Frank if someone thought he would be, it's not Principal Wells, it's not Rachel's dad. It's Elliot, the creepy dude in the background. He's the essence of evil. Now, if he did something, what would it be? So, go back to being in his skin. You see your girl with someone else. You want to split them apart. So, I'm guessing Elliot will do something that will influence Rachel so much that she will sort of distance herself from Chloe in the next years. Maybe they will do something to him. Like, I read some theories and I thought about it too. What if Rachel and Chloe kill Elliot? What if Elliot tries to kill Rachel? What if Elliot tries to kill Chloe because he cannot stand the thought of her being with someone else other than him? Well, there's various combinations here, like, it doesn't have to be Damon related. Maybe it's just a trap for us to think that it's Damon related. Now, this worries me. Now, I was sent this post on Twitter, and someone told me that there's a post on Tumblr about this guy that apparently went to Paris Games Week and met with Alejandro Arc, which is the game designer of all Life is Strange games, including Season 2. And apparently they discussed Before the Storm. And this person got some hints about upcoming episodes. So, as it goes, he said, beware of Elliot. Long story short, he talked about people calling Elliot the new Warren, which I also did during my gameplay. I did that. Because for him, they're really different. He asked me which one I preferred. I answered that I didn't like any of them. But if I had to choose one, I would go with Elliot because he annoyed me only for 2 episodes compared to 5 for Warren. He was quite surprised and hinted that I shouldn't trust him. I think that's a certain thing right now, that Elliot will do something, or something will be done to Elliot that will sort of influence the entire time between Life is Strange and Before the Storm. Now, here is something that worries me. What if Elliot decided to do something that is not as obvious? What if he decided to fake some news about Rachel? What if he decided to plant some evidence, sort of, to make Chloe think that Rachel is cheating on her? What if Elliot is the mastermind behind the whole Rachel was cheating and blah 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 idea that we got from Life is Strange? What if somehow the developers decided to explain Rachel's behavior by having a jealous guy in the shadows making some sort of decisions, sort of influencing events? Now that's terrible, because if Rachel and Chloe sort of drift apart after Before the Storm and before Life is Strange, if Chloe decides to leave, if Rachel decides to leave Rachel, this is messed up what I just if Rachel decides to leave Chloe on her own, because, I don't know, she doesn't feel it anymore, she met someone else, plenty of reasons why people split up, then it's fine. It's not fine, but it happens, right? And Max will be back soon anyway. But if it happens because Elliot sort of was messing with things and he was doing stuff, I mean, if Elliot was behind this and he somehow broke them up, I mean, not necessarily in Before the Storm, it's too early for it, but if he broke them up later on, or if he did something, or he sabotaged Rachel, or he threatened Rachel, or he told her that he's going to tell Chloe something. I don't know, maybe he saw Rachel starting the big fire and he told Rachel to stay away from Chloe in the future. I don't know, there's plenty of stuff. But this worries me because I really don't want Elliot to be the guy who sort of initiated Chloe and Rachel breakup. This would be very bad. I wouldn't want to live with the thought that this happened. So whatever happens, I sort of agree with Chloe when she wrote, the letter. Roses are red, violets are blue, and you're kind of a creeper, dude. Elliot will turn out to be the bad guy, and I think he might do something that's very, very bad for Rachel and Chloe's relationship, and I don't think I will like it. Either that, or there will be some sort of crime involved. Someone killing someone else, perhaps. Let me know what you think, if you see any way that Elliot could influence Rachel and Chloe's breakup. So I hit 200 subs this weekend, which is very nice. Thank you for your nice feedback that I'm getting. There's plenty of videos coming, so remember to always leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'm always waiting to hear from you guys. This was Ola from Stop Meow channel, and take care of yourselves, guys.